Hello guys, today I'll cover the latest update for Roria Conquest. This is a bit different from what I normally do, but along with PvP content, I'll also cover new updates and talk about the newly added Pokemon's competitive viability, while also sharing a tutorial on how to catch it. To catch the newly added Enamorus, you first need to unlock the roaming event for Thundurus and Tornadus, but you don't need to catch them. Just unlock them as roamings. After this, you need to fly to Sylvan City. Looks like the game bugged for me. Anyway, it's fine now. Next you have to go to the opening in Route 3. It was blocked before this update. Here it is. Entering shall take you to the Carnation Meadow. Now, you must go to the pedestal with a wall in front of it, with said wall having a heart engraved on it. Make sure to save the game and be stocked up on useful Pokeballs like Quick Balls, Ultra Balls, as well as Pixie Balls and Sky Balls, since Enamorus is a Fairy Flying type legendary Pokemon. Now to trigger the encounter. Type Love while standing on the pedestal. So guys, this is how you catch Enamorus. I'll speed up the process before talking about its competitive viability. Okay, so we finally caught it. It will be unlocked as a roaming afterward, and it can be shiny hunted as well. Now to answer the question, is Enamorus good in competitive? Enum has two different forms. We will start with Incarnate. Enum I is ranked in UU in the National Dex tier, which is the competitive tier Brick Bronze follows. Enum I is a small niche Inu with choice scarf sets on offensive teams with a decent speed tier and access to Healing Wish. But besides that, it's outclassed as an offensive fairy type by Iron Valiant. Mega Diancie and Tapu Lele, though Lele isn't in the game yet. It's worth mentioning as another offensive fairy that is better than Enum. Val does pretty much everything that Enamorus I can do but better, with a higher speed stat, lack of a stealth rock weakness, stab on fighting moves, and being able to do all of mixed attacking. Choice specs button clicking and calm mind sets better, thanks to its superior overall offensive profile, while also being able to use physical sets, and utilize Quark Drive for a free boost to a stat with a held booster energy, or by having Tapu Koko set electric terrain for it. Mega Diancie is much stronger on both sides, is a mixed attacker herself, and has a higher speed stat as well. Tapu Lele is slower, but sets up psychic terrain, giving it a strong primary stab and psychic to complement its fairy stab, and pulls off Calm Mind, and choice sets better. Also, neither of these two are weak to Stealth Rock. In UU, Enamorus I competes with Mega Guard Voyeur as an offensive fairy, but differentiates itself from Mega Guard with its mixed attacking sets, higher speed and ability to hold an item, and not take the Mega slot. Enamorus I uses 4 different sets in UU: Choice Specs, Choice Scarf, Stallbreaker, and Calm Mind. I'll briefly go over each one. Specs Enamorus with its high special attack spams Moonblast, with great coverage in the form of Earth Power, Mystical Fire to immediately slam Sizer, and Skarmory, while crucially hitting Air Balloon Excadrill, Air Balloon Aegislash, and Celesteela. This isn't in Roria Conquest yet, but it will be notable for when Ultra Beasts do get added. Enamorus usually runs Psychic as its last move to slam Tier King Mega Venusaur and poisons not weak to Earth Power, but sometimes it runs a hasty nature with Superpower to threaten a 3-hit KO on the 250 health pink blob, the one that holds Eviolite. It appreciates Pursuit Tyranitar since it traps special walls for it. The EVs being 252 special attack, 252 speed and 4 in speed F with a timid nature, or a hasty nature with 4 in attack, instead if running Superpower. The ability is always contrary. Note, all of this comes from National Dex on Showdown where all the Pokemon are available, but since Celesteela isn't in the game yet, Aegislash has its original stats and is banned. Specs Moonblast 2 shots even some fairy-resistant Pokemon in Tearing and RC is sometimes different eye. Delphox being banned from UU with its insane new, so Enamorus might be banned due to the spec set, as well as its set variety as a whole, but I'm not sure about that as of now. The Scarf set is a solid revenge killer and good speed control. It runs Moonblast for stab, Earth Power and Mystical Fire for the aforementioned coverage, but sometimes can replace Fire to run Grass Knot to 2-shot ground types like Hippowdon and Gastrodon, and Focus Blast provides a mid-ground against Steel types, while also one-shotting Tyranitar. The last move is Healing Wish, which helps another teammate sweep late game. It can Healing Wish consistently, thanks to its high speed. The EVs are 252 speed attack, 252 speed and 4 speed def with timid nature, but this time, the ability on it is Cute Charm. It felt painful typing this. The Stallbreaker set is a mixed attacker, with Superpower, Earth Power, and Moonblast providing good coverage and hitting most defensive staples in the tier. Taunt lets it really shut down defensive Pokemon like Cleefable, who would otherwise try to recover stall in Enamorus I. The EVs are 252 speed attack, 252 speed and 4 attack with a naive nature and contrary as the ability. Naive as the nature over hasty lets it take advantage of its stat buffs from Superpower. The item is either heavy-duty boots for the hazard immunity, leftovers for longevity, or Farium Z to muscle through Cleefable with more ease. Finally, Calm Mind lets Enamorus I sweep. It can break through common defensive Pokemon in the tier like Cleefable and Skarmory. Moonblast and Earth Power provided good coverage, with Mystical Fire for Sizer, Air Balloon Holders and Celesteela, but Taunt is another option for the last move to shut down defensive Pokemon like Cleefable and Skeledirge. Now for Enamorus Therian. It is Rue in National Dex on Showdown. It trades a ton of speed in exchange for its defensive stats, now with only 46 base speed, but good defenses. It also has Overcoat as its new ability, making it immune to powder moves and damage from sand and hail. Enamorus mostly as a mostly gimmicky sweeper with Calm Mind plus Iron Defense sets, letting it snowball if it sets up, but it often doesn't get to. Either that or it needs a ton of support in the right matchup. Draining Kiss lets it stay healthy, and Earth Power provides good coverage. Enamorus's low speed stat also lets it function as a strong Trick Room attacker, with Choice Specs or Pixie played as the item. Its signature move Springtide Storm is plagued by a terrible 80% accuracy, but it hits both opponents in doubles while getting 2 chances at landing the 30% chance to lower attack on the opposing Pokemon. Also on a side note, Reveal Glass fails to work on Enamorus at the time of uploading this video, but this should get fixed soon. So, is Enamorus good in competitive? Enamorus I is one of the better legendaries in competitive with a strong place in UU. Enamorus Therian is much worse in singles, but a decent Trick Room Pokemon in doubles. So guys, thanks for watching. If you're interested to see more PvP content and guides, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned. The next video will showcase a hyper offense team. Stay tuned and see ya next time.